What's up, you guys? Hey. Sorry about that. What's going on? We are live in both locations. We are on TikTok. Hey, anybody over on TikTok, come on in. And we are over here on YouTube. So we are here to talk about tonight's episode of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Listen, I think with all of the shenanigans that have been going on the last couple of days, we have been Atlanta because of the Kenya situation all week long. And I just don't have the energy tonight for the bull hockey. So we're gonna talk about it. But baby, y'all might not even like it. It's already almost 100 of y'all in here. I hope y'all on YouTube. I hope you guys have already hit the like button. And if you're new here, subscribe. But let me go through real quick because y'all already been talking in the chat. Hey, everybody on TikTok, come on in. Tap the screen over here. The Informed said this episode was kind of good. Angela is growing on me. Quake says, everyone, this episode was a flop for me. I'm over the theme destination parties. They looked crazy in Nashville. This fake beef between Portia and Drew isn't entertaining. Lock Queen says, super boring and forced. Ooh. Powerful. I enjoyed this episode. I did not come into this season looking for the same kind of show with the real OG, so I came with an open mind. Okay. All right. Atlanta always has trouble moving storylines along. It's like they find something to hold on to for seasons. I would be happy when reality gets back to real reality. This is all made up. Just let it flow. That's why it's boring, because it didn't seem real at all. Y'all have been talking in the chat. I appreciate everybody's opinion. Lil Baby said, I know folks won't like baddies, but that's what attracts me to it. Baddies isn't something overly produced scenes. The people are mad with each other for real. They might be mad at each other for real, but what they mad about? They be mad on baddies for what? For what? Come on in, you guys on TikTok. Do me tap over here on TikTok, please. Hey, Rye, boy, I haven't seen you in a while. I'm having a Georgie and Mandy. Oh, Lord. Why do I be reading Cage's comments? All right. Okay. I think that's hi, everybody coming in. I'm just trying to see what y'all talking about. The crazy thing is, I don't even watch the show anymore. I just watch you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Kitty Doc said it's a flop for me, too. I'm over Drew, Portia, Ralph, and Dennis. This Portia and Drew mess is getting out of hand. Hey, Cheryl. Portia got on my last nerve, but her true nature is being shown. I think she was with Faketra with the candy takedown. Ooh. Thank y'all for tapping. I see people are tapping. Yes. Tap over there on TikTok. Come on in. All right, y'all. We got 100 people over here on YouTube. If you haven't done so already, please hit that like button. Let's get into this episode. So first of all, we start this episode off with, we see Britt fake buying a car because, listen, we didn't see her sign no paperwork. We didn't see her say, I'll take it. We didn't see her say, this is for me. This is my car. We didn't see none of that. We just saw her saying, it's been a hard couple of weeks for me. And so, this is perfect. And then she told my son, didn't you promise me a car every 2 years? He was like, I did. And then she was doing the most with the Porsche or the Lamborghini, whatever the hell that was. And he was like, girl, you're doing too much. Britt, girl, you're doing too much. Listen, not 2 commercials already. Oh, Lord. What in those court documents that got Drew crying? Baby, we're gonna talk about that one too, Angela. We're going to talk about it. So, listen. Thank you. Thank y'all. Y'all are tapping the screen over there on TikTok. I appreciate it. Hold on. I'm trying to make sure I had y'all can see me on the TikTok. Okay. So Drew goes over Angela's house and Kelly is having Britt, Portia, Shamia, and Cynthia over her house. So of course, they have to talk about the peace brunch. Child, I'm sick of hearing about this peace brunch. I'm sick of the peace brunch. Let me say that one more time for the people in the back. I am sick of the peace brunch. Drew got clocked in a lie from day one. Angela said, girl, why you lie to me about being Michael Jordan's wife? Michael Jordan's cousin. Baby, she said, I called Marcus. I'm thinking she mean Marcus Jordan. Angela, how you got Marcus Jordan on your line? I mean, I guess she got to connect to Marcus Jordan because of her husband. I guess she has to connect because of her husband. But baby, she said, I called Marcus. And he said, y'all are not related. Drew gonna talk about something. I was just joking. Girl, no, you weren't. See, this is, and I said this to y'all before about liars. When people lie about something that is so easily debunked, you really got to worry about that. You really have to side eye and be like, why would you lie about being Michael Jordan's cousin? Do you know how easy it is to debunk you being Michael Jordan's cousin? It was just stupid to me. Charles and Michael are good friends. Mike has said that in the past. Okay. Well, I know they played together, but just because they listen, y'all know Michael Jordan's reputation. Just because he played with Mike don't mean they friends. But I get it. I get it. But I knew Charles and Oakley played with Michael Jordan. Because everybody that Michael Jordan played with don't mean he friends with. But if y'all say he said it, then that's cool. Because I don't follow Michael Jordan like that. I'm not a Michael Jordan fan, so I don't know nothing about him like that. I mean, I know who he is, obviously, but like I ain't watch his documentary and all that. I don't care nothing about Michael Jordan. The only thing I care about Michael Jordan are his shoes. That's it. That's all I care about. So anyway, but neither here nor there, child. Girl, why would you lie about something so stupid? Just dumb. Anyway, and this how you know that Drew lied. Because first she said, oh, girl, I was just joking. And then she said, well, I mean, it could be true. I mean, my mama said we got the same last name. We probably are cousins. I mean, girl, so you meant it. You meant it. So you really did lie. So anyway, the ladies are, they over at Kelly's house. First of all, Kelly, girl, why you do that to that dog? That has got to be the ugliest shit. And I just think that's low-key animal cruelty. You done bedazzled the dog. You done got designs. And I get what she said, that the dog was stolen. And she was like, this way my dog will never be stolen again. Like, I'm all here for people putting clothes on their dogs, cute, having, I'm even here for the dyeing of the tail and that kind of stuff. But Kelly, thank you, Abby. Abby is over there liking over there on TikTok. Thank you, boo. Her dog, and it wasn't even cute. It wasn't even cute. So anyway, Britt was talking to her husband, who still don't give a damn about nothing she talking about. She talking to him about what happened about Angela and this license. Listen, this is a scene that did not age well. This is a scene that they could have taken out because it did not age well. Because you're sitting here talking about that your license is being investigated because they want you to have this squeaky clean image and they want you to have this, and this, and you got to have background checks and this, and that. Ma'am, if you pass the initial background check, you're good. The fact that it's been very clear that you exaggerated, low-key lied about, because you did say your license was being taken. Now you say it's being investigated. Ma'am, I feel like you were being investigated before that expose. I feel like maybe you was already under some sort of investigation, because it just don't work that fast. Like, it just doesn't work that fast. Like, Kenya can't expose you on a Sunday and then on a Monday, now all of a sudden your license is being investigated off of what? Off of some pictures that Kenya done posted. Girl, stop it. This is it. This is it. And y'all remind me when we get to the scene about Drew and when Drew goes out to drinks with Britt. Y'all remind me to talk about that a little bit. Although at this point I'm kind of sick of talking about it, but I do need to bring something up that Britt said at her lunch with Drew. So she also lets us know that Britt reached out to Drew to ask her out for a drink. Somehow she think they got off on the bad foot. I think we got off on the wrong foot. I would love for us to talk. Whatever. Portia lets us know that all she wants is peace, and she's inviting the ladies to Nashville. Can I say at this point, I feel like Bravo should probably have like their own club in Nashville, because I feel like every single Bravo franchise has been to Nashville. Maybe not every single, I may be exaggerating, but we know New Jersey went, we know Potomac went, we know Atlanta has gone, and I feel like there's another franchise that I watch that has been in Nashville. I just feel like Nashville is just one of those, but I get it. It's a quick trip. It's only an hour ride away. It's not a hard, and there's a lot of stuff to do in Nashville. Nashville is a fun city to go to. Yeah, I'm sick about the room thing. Like, girl, we get it. See this, y'all, today probably ain't the day for me to do this review because I'm just not here to pretend. I'm really just not here to pretend. I'm looking at y'all comments. Was it Married to Medicine? I knew it was somebody else. I knew somebody else had gone. But at this point, thank y'all over here. We got 2,000 likes. Keep tap. That's when Trey pushed the dishes into Marge. Okay, right. Teresa, right. They were in Nashville, yep. And we know Potomac went to Nashville. Didn't Potomac go to Nashville? I know some other people went to Nashville because I just feel like we done been there and done that, child. But anyway, so I never want to go to Nashville at this point. Nashville is fun. Nashville really is fun. Nashville, honestly, it is fun. Nashville and Tennessee is fun too, but I would not recommend veering too far off of Beale Street if you go to Tennessee. I mean, I no disrespect to the city and people who from Tennessee. My girl Kiss My Cheeks is from Tennessee. But if you're not with people, like local people who could really navigate, stay to the tours, stay to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you. So the Chrisleys are still in Nashville. The Chrisleys are in jail. You mean they kids? Did I say Memphis? I meant Memphis. I said Memphis. I thought I said Memphis. But didn't Potomac go to Nashville a few seasons ago? Maybe I'm wrong. They went to Memphis, not Tennessee. Oh, did I say Tennessee instead of Memphis? My bad. I meant Memphis, y'all. My bad. But when I went to Memphis, I had a good time. I definitely would go to this to the Stacks with the Isaac Hayes, the record company. I would definitely go there. Obviously, I would go to the Lorraine Motel. They've turned it into a museum. Y'all know I had to go there. Y'all went there for a conference one year, and it was so funny because all the white people went to Elvis's house and all the black people went to the Lorraine Hotel. It was so crazy. It was funny, but not funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was funny, but not funny, because all the black people went to the Lorraine Motel and all the white people went to Elvis's house. It was so white. It was so straight down color lines. It was so segregated. Anyway, I know Potomac went to Austin, but I think in older seasons, didn't they go to Nashville? I mean, we're on season 10, y'all. I know they went last year or the year before, but I feel like they went before, but I could be wrong. What's up, JB? Just coming to say, hey, well, hey, bitch. And my Jamie, that's me voice. Nashville is really nice and grateful. Yeah, I had a good time. We had a good time on Beale Street. We did. But anyway, back to this mess. So Portia said that she, wants that's her birthday and she wants to celebrate, and she's bringing some of her other friends. Some of her other friends are going to be there as well, and she's enjoying herself and she's having a good time, whatever. I mean, not enjoying herself, but she wants to enjoy herself and have a good time. So she invited everybody except for Drew. Now, here's where I just can't, I just can't do it tonight. I don't have it in me. I'm sorry. This might not be the review if y'all want me to pretend. I can't pretend tonight. We know good and damn well this is a cast trip, which means the whole cast is coming. So, yes, I get it. Angela was looking like she was being messy because Angela got chosen to be the messy one. And she was like, that's my Chicago sister. I can't leave her out there like that. I think she should be invited. Her and Portia need to work this out. And I want to have them work it out. Baby, that's why Portia. Thank you. Thank you for the love. Somebody just sent me a heart. Thank you. Thank you, Abby. She sent me hand hearts. Thank you, my boo. Thank you. Baby, that's why Portia ain't giving them a whole lot of pushback. Because y'all know good and damn well Drew was coming on that trip. Like, Portia, you do not have the authority. Now, I know, please don't put a bunch of examples in the chat of times when people didn't go on a cast trip. I know it has happened. I know it exists. But y'all know, like I know, that production does everything they can when it's a group trip to make it a group trip. So therefore, Drew was going to always be invited because the beef that Drew and Portia have ain't that deep. It's just not that deep. So we see Angela invite Drew, and Drew acting like she don't know if she really want to come or not, because she's like, I was with Drew. Like, I'm not trying to be backdoor invited people and backdoor inviting people. Like, if either I'm invited or I'm not invited. Like, if she don't want me to be there, then that's fine. She ain't got to invite me. But girl, we all know what it is. Then she talks about the fact that they have a court date coming up, and she's talking about all the things that are supposed to happen at this court date. So listen, baby, I'm gonna get to that in a minute. Baby, we saw Kelly teaching her daughter how to drive. That was hilarious to me. That was hilarious. Cynthia and Portia meet up. Whatever, don't care. Lord, not Chuck. Chuck, you done got in the middle of Cajun and JB down in the chat. Lord have mercy. Oh, Lord have mercy. Drew goes to see Britt so they can try to talk their issues out. So, child, stay out of it. That's what I do, Chuck. I just stay out of it. I just be like this. Shamia didn't say anything at the house about Drew coming, but at the restaurant, she was saying no. I feel like Shamia say stuff in front of a crowd. I guess, child. So Drew asked Britt, so did you sell it? And Britt was like, girl, what you talking about? And she was like, did you sell the cat? And Britt was like, no, I didn't sell the cat. She said that I was never an escort. I was never this. I was never that. So and again, y'all, I promise y'all, this is it. I'm not going to keep talking about this, but I just want y'all to hear the shit that people are saying. And I know that you could say, well, Britt is a liar. Britt is a liar. Drew is a liar. Portia's a liar. Kenya, in my opinion, is a liar. Listen, all these people lie. So to me, saying, no, I wasn't a liar. I mean, saying you're not going to believe somebody because they're a liar. Hell, you would eliminate 90% of the people on these shows. So what Britt said, if y'all were listening, Britt said she did do webcam for a couple of years with a girlfriend. For a couple of weeks with a girlfriend of hers. And she said she made a lot of money. Now, I believe that's a lie. I believe you did it for longer than that. I do believe you made a lot of money, but I do believe you did it longer than 2 weeks. Then she went on to say, so with it, like basically she's trying to separate herself from a man because she said it was a woman that she did the webcam with. So now the question comes back around to, then where did the man come from in the picture that you got with Portia? That Kenya had. So then she was like, well, you said that you knew who the penis was. And Drew was like, well, I said I got a phone call, but I couldn't confirm it. And so I feel like I'm with Britt now. Well, did you recognize it then? Like, how did you know whose penis it was? Did you recognize the penis? Right. She said they were naked and just had conversations. Girl, I don't believe that. I do not believe it all, Britt. Then Drew gonna back up out of it talking about something. I was just joking. Now, this scene could have been edited. Y'all know I always have to put that disclosure. But we didn't hear Britt say anything in this scene about anything being underage. I mean, we all know that at least one of them pictures was you performing fellatio. So your webcam business with your friend that y'all just sat around naked talking, baby, that's not where that picture came from. Where did the picture come from, Britt? And is it a picture or is it a still from a video? Because by your own admission, the webcam, you did that when you were in your 20s. So why didn't you address that when you were talking to Drew? Since you felt like Drew was Team Twirl and she was defending Kenya and she wasn't looking at things from your point of view. So why you didn't say to her, listen, girl, put yourself in my shoes and imagine where I'm coming from. And that was an underage picture of me. Like, I feel like that you should have said that to Drew. If you was trying to, you was trying to put your piece out there. And Drew, if you don't shut up talking about something, I do understand how you feel. I mean, I've been in the blogs too. Girl, you've been in the blogs because of your lies and the shit you did with your husband or didn't do with your husband and the alleged affair you might or might not have had with Ty Young. That does not compare to what happened to that woman. And again, I ain't even feeling Britt, but we ain't gonna compare apples to oranges. I'm sorry. It's not the same, Drew. Drew is not the same. Just because you've been in the blogs, it ain't the same. Exactly, Abby. That is nothing to joke about. You probably, wait a minute, I ain't reading Cajun. Now, don't ask how I know the cam people do be online talking until they get to. No, I know that exists, JB. What I'm saying is, I believe she did more on her cam. Now, let me say this. I believe, I mean, again, I don't know. I never, but I do know that happens, baby. Did I tell y'all the story about the first time? And Abby's over on TikTok, but Abby know because we did this thing together. Baby, years ago, they said my subscribers told me years ago, y'all need to get on Bigo. You can make so much money on Bigo. And I was like, okay, that was when Bigo was still new. I didn't know what Bigo was. So I downloaded Bigo. Me and Abby, we downloaded the Bigo on our phone and we went into the Bigo, baby. And I must have been in the webcam section of Bigo because I was like, where am I? Because I was clearly on the side of Bigo where the women do the things to get tips, because I was like, I don't know why I'm here. I don't know how I got here. And at the time, like I said, that was before I knew all the other things about Bigo, people getting on there fighting and all that. I ain't know nothing about Bigo. It was new to me. And I was like, did one of my subscribers set me up? Like, did they sent me up to come over here and get a sugar daddy or something? Because that literally is where I was. I was on the white side of Bigo with the white women in lingerie talking, and the old men, I'm just going to assume they was old men throwing tips at them. So I know it exists. But I'm just saying, I don't believe that's what Britt was doing. That's what I'm saying. But I also think, anyway, I'm done talking about Britt. Moving right along. Britt, I'm done talking about Britt and Kenya and them pictures / video. I'm done. But I'm just saying, Britt, that was a perfect opportunity for you to bring up all of the other things that you accused Kenya of. I'm just saying. Why didn't I get involved? Because that's not where it took me. Again, I didn't know. And when I called Abby, and Abby was like, girl, this is where I am too. I mean, we weren't in the same place, but we were in the same part. And I was like, I guess it's just like anything else. At least the way I remember it, literally once I set up the Bigo and everything, it literally just put me somewhere. Like, I didn't see channels where I could choose a channel. I don't remember. Anyway, that was years ago. Phil, hey Phil, thank you for the super chat, baby. Britt was gone when the pictures were shown. How does Britt know which pictures were shown? How did she know she was underage in the pictures? Chad, I'm sure somebody told her, and I'm sure production let them see him by now. And it was all over the blogs. Like, I mean, it was everywhere. And again, I'm production told her or whatever. Oh Lord, I done blinked out again, y'all. Y'all remember earlier what happened to me. Okay, thank you for the super chat, my love. Thank you, boo. So anyway, so next we have Drew and her Annie attorney and Ralph and his I'm so happy I'm on TV attorney going to court. First of all, Drew, I don't know what confessional that is when you got that shellacked wig on your head and them big ass earrings. Don't do that again. Don't. Don't do that ever again. I don't know what that shellacked wig was on your head, but don't do that again. Just don't. So basically, this is Ralph's third attorney, but they're going into court, and the three things they're going into court are Drew wants him out of the basement. She wants the court to stay sealed, and she wants his financial records. Baby, Drew didn't get nothing she wanted. Girl, it makes me really question, girl, what your attorney had going on, because this is Ralph's third attorney, and it sounds like Ralph got everything he wanted. He get to stay in the basement, the records are unsealed, and he still didn't turn over his financial records. So I'm just wondering, his financial records, he hasn't turned over his financial records yet. So now I have to question, maybe it wasn't a bad idea for Ralph to get another attorney, because it sounds like his first two attorneys weren't doing a great job. If this woman was able to walk in and get everything he asked for. And did you hear her say it's his child's play? Did you hear that woman say on the elevator, her attorney, none of her motions had any merit or something like that? I'm just like, Drew, girl. And what is in that in those divorce papers that you don't want unsealed? Because if all of it makes Ralph look bad, then it seems to me like Ralph wouldn't be fighting to have them unsealed. I mean, I know Ralph is an ass. Like, we got all of that. I get it. Ralph's an ass. But it just makes me wonder, what's in them court documents? And why they ain't unsealed yet? Are they unsealed? Can we go get them? Because why is he fighting so? And he said, it's necessary. Why? Like, I don't understand, why is it necessary unless he's trying to embarrass Drew, which is what I think. I think he's just trying to embarrass Drew. Quake said, for financial information, I don't understand how unsealing them is for us. He can see them. He can see them. So why do we need to see them? You know what I'm saying? And especially, Drew, if you say that they make him look bad, I don't think they make him look bad. I can't, or he just truly doesn't care, because I can't imagine they make him look bad and he wants them unsealed. I feel like there's something in there or some stuff in there that's going to embarrass Drew. Like she said, it's stuff in there about him cheating. Child, we knew that. You the only one that didn't know your husband was cheating on you. We knew. When that man disappeared in Tampa, went down to Tampa, walked out the house without you even know he packed a bag and was gone for 3 or 4 days, and you didn't know where he was, man, we knew. You didn't know. We knew. Him sexting with other women. Again, none of us are going to be shocked by that. Him stalking you. I could see it. I mean, I could see that. But what is in there about you, Drew, that he thinks is going to embarrass you? That's what I think. I think that he thinks whatever's in there will embarrass you. Now, maybe it won't. Thank you, guys. We got 7,000 likes. If y'all could keep tap. We're trying to get to 10,000. Trying to get to 10,000. Thank you, everybody that's on TikTok. Welcome. I think it hurt Drew more. It looks like it was. I mean, he lives in her basement, child. And then And I know somebody about to argue with me who's been through a divorce. So let me preface by saying I never been through a divorce. I'm gonna preface everything I just said with I never been through a divorce. But let me say this. I think let me not say that because I don't because as soon as I was getting ready to say it, then I realized I changed my own mind. But what I was going to say, but I changed my mind. But what I was going to say was if he remember when he bought that house without her knowing anything, she was like in Chicago and she came back and he had already bought this house that they were moving into, whatever, whatever, whatever. But then, so what I was getting ready to say was, you gave up the power, when you let this man buy a whole house. While but now I thought about it before I said anything. I said, hell, he was probably using her money, so it probably is her house, child. Neither here nor there. It probably is her house because he probably used her damn money to do it anyway. So there was that. And I did feel for Drew. I definitely felt for Drew. Why is that ninja so happy about the basement? I think it's control. I really do think, and I know we overuse the word narcissist. I don't know if I would use the word narcissist to describe Ralph, but he definitely is controlling. He absolutely is controlling. And it's a control thing. He wants to know. Do I believe that he wants to know everything that's going on with Drew? Absolutely. Do I think that he doesn't want Drew anymore, but he doesn't really want anybody else to have Drew? Absolutely. Do I think that he wants to be able to live the way he wants to live and nobody? I absolutely believe all of those things. He's definitely emotionally abusive. So I really do. I think he's content living in the basement. Did y'all see the tour of the basement? He's got his own way in and his own way out. And like I said, I believe he using Drew's money to pay for it. So it ain't even like he paying the rent. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. Thank you so much for y'all coming in here. Thank you. So I just feel like Ralph is trolling Drew, and that's what it is. Child. Him staying in the basement still gets an opportunity of ownership. Yeah, I mean, he definitely doesn't want to leave because of that. But again, I'm just curious now to see what's in it. So the ladies go to the airport. They get on the plane, child. We don't care about none of that. They get on the flight. They get to Nashville, and it sounds like they stand. It seemed like they were about an hour outside of Nashville, child. But the house is beautiful. They're on a lake. It is so beautiful. What does Rob do for a living? I mean, they say he's in tech, something dealing with tech. I'm divorcing once I can spot 1 mile away. He's definitely narcissistic. Okay. One day he pays for everything, and then another day he doesn't. Well, he been saying from the beginning he pay all the bills, honey. Baby, Angela done missed the flight, and it didn't seem like anybody noticed. That's sad that nobody noticed that you weren't there on the plane, child. They get to the house. Can I tell y'all what I'm sick of seeing? Can I tell y'all what I'm sick of seeing? I am so sick of seeing Kelly's areola. I don't know what to do with myself. Ma'am, you have big tatas. And it's okay that you want to show off the big tatas. I don't care about none of that. But what I don't want to see is your areolas in every outfit. And where are your friends? Because why are they not telling you that we can see the tip of your areolas in every outfit you wear? I'm not looking for them. They're there. I'm not looking for them. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me really be what you talking about. Somebody said, put it in the chat. Tell me I'm wrong. Bab said I never noticed, but I don't notice a lot. Baby, Kelly from day one has been showing us them areolas. Okay. Anyway, now I blame Paris. Okay, little baby said I'm not wrong. JB, you said they are right. It's like, why do you keep showing us your areolas? They always look squeezed in. And again, I'm not saying that she has to be ashamed of the body she paid for. I'm not saying that. Show it off, girl. So they get to the house And Portia wants to give them a tour of the house. And Cynthia, being the OG, knows how this goes. Cynthia said, baby, can we choose rooms first? Because Cynthia know how this works. Cynthia know the whole room game. Can we just show off? Can we do the rooms first? So let me say this. We know Portia did not pick this house. We know Portia did not book this house. So I don't think that Portia really knew all of the things in this house until either they got there or right before they went. All Portia knew was that she had a suite. And let me tell you what else Portia knew. Portia told Shamia, because Shamia knew to jump her ass on that second room. She didn't say, well, let me wait and see what the rest of the rooms look like, baby, because she knew the rest of the rooms was some shit. She said, this is my room right here. This is my room right here. Shamia knew to get her ass on that second room. So Portia got a room. Shamia has a room. Then the next room they go into got bunk beds. Now, if anybody knows anything about booking Airbnbs or VRBOs, baby, that is always the trick you have to look out for. When you look at a house, right, she looked out for Shamia. She sure did. When you were looking at houses, and I have booked a few houses in my time on VRBO or Airbnb, and you look at when you put your filters in and you tell them how many how many beds you need. And when they start talking about it's a 5-bedroom house, but it can sleep 10, best believe it's a bunk bed somewhere in that. Somewhere in that house is a bunk bed. Because how's it a 5-bedroom house, but it sleep 10? Either it's a bunk bed or 2 of them rooms got queen size beds in them or singles or full size. Trust and believe there's some tricks going on. There's some trickery. You better look at every single bedroom. And if they don't show you a picture of every single bedroom, pass. When I was looking for a house for my birthday trip, trust and believe, baby, I had to filter. Because I said, I need to see every single one of these bedrooms. Before, because I knew I was looking for a house that could sleep 10 people. I knew I was looking for, I said, Now, there was one room, it was one house that I was about to get that had a bunk bed because the house was so bad. When I tell you that house was everything, I think I even sent out an email about it. I don't know, Abby, remind me. I think I even sent an email out about it saying, anybody be okay with bunk beds? Because, baby, one of them houses was so nice. But we didn't go with that house. Anyway. But so Portia ain't booked that room. You see what I'm saying? So when you go in and there was a whole bunk bed, child, and that's how you knew that's where Drew room was. Because Portia knew Drew was coming. Angela had the room in the basement, and then the rest of the ladies got to stay in that attic room that got about 4 beds in it. That looked like an old-fashioned dorm room. That way that room was set up. Did I end up finding something? We was just staying at a hotel. Because we were going to get a house with Chef Don, but y'all, I don't know if y'all know he had gotten sick. So we just ended up getting a hotel room. Yeah. Bunk beds give me anxiety. What if the bed falls on me? What if I fall? What if someone puts I don't have a problem with bunk beds because I grew up with bunk beds. Me and my sister had bunk beds for years. So bunk beds don't bother me. I was on the bottom. I was on the top, child. Bunk beds don't bother me. And then for some of y'all know, we had a camper. And we had bunk beds in the camper. So bunk beds don't bother me. But I can understand people who, you've never been in one or whatever. Right. See, Abby said, I said I was good with a bunk bed as long as I was on the bottom. See, I knew it. Because one of those houses, and I don't even remember, I don't remember what it was about that house that I love so much. I don't know if it was the view, the pool. I don't know what it was, but baby, one of those houses was so gorgeous, but they had bunk beds. I would never do bunk beds or rooms without my own bathroom. Portia stayed punking Shamia, and Shamia allows it. They've definitely... Oh! Wow, okay. Was it 4 beds in one room? Yeah, no. Yeah, it was like 4 beds in one room up in the attic at that. It was an attic room at that. But it was a beautiful home. So the ladies are sitting down to eat. Angela finally shows up. But of course, they were talking about Angela just at the moment she walked in the room because they were talking about Angela and how she was acting at the peace brunch. And Britt was saying how she still, she wanted to move forward. Baby, Angela came in there, she said, girl, I could tell they was talking about me. You know how you walk in a room and somebody's talking about you? Yes, I do. Why Angela gonna tell the people that she invited Drew? because she felt like Drew and Portia need to make up. She said, well, Portia, you ain't tell me no. Girl, Portia said no. The fact that she pretended like she couldn't hear you when you said, can you bring Drew, let you know that she didn't want Drew coming. Now, I do believe Portia didn't want Drew to come. But like I said, we all knew that she was coming. So, yeah, that was rude as fuck. If we're going to pretend like we're going to go around with the storyline. Yes, Angela, that was rude as hell. They invite somebody else to somebody's birthday trip. Like, you don't get a +1 for my birthday trip. You don't get to show up or invite. And then the girl didn't even come with you. The girl didn't even come with you. So Britt and Angela decided that they could coexist, that they come in peace. And Shamia was like, yeah, I mean, you know, Angela don't carry no grudges. She took my piece. She took my peace stick, whatever, child, my olive branch. So, you know, she don't do all of that. You know, she took my olive branch. I'm good. But Portia said, listen, it's my birthday and I'm just not going to allow, you know, I'm not going to allow it to bring me down. We're going to have a good time. And they took shots and then they got into glam. I thought it was real cute how Kelly let it be known that Britt doesn't have a stylist. And she said, well, I let her use my stylist. I thought it would be fun. So we see the ladies getting ready. Child, Portia made a big deal about Angela stealing her pillow, child. I said the peace stick, JB. Don't do me. I wanted to Drew leave in the middle of the trip next episode. If she did, I'm happy she did because Portia is annoying, child. So we see Angela call Charles. Once again, girl, that man don't like you. He talking about something, huh? What? Why he acting like he can't hear her when she trying to talk to him on that phone? Britt didn't mind Angela's half hug. Right. Britt didn't have no problem with the half hug from Angela. You right. Thank you, Inform, for the super chat, boo. Thank you. So the ladies getting ready. They're going out. They meet up with Portia's other friends, including Moneta. They go to, you know, they go drinking. They go to the bar with the mechanical bull. They end up going out to dinner. And they were like, well, where's Drew? Like, when is Drew coming? Where's Drew? After they're at the table talking about the fact that Angela invited Drew without permission. And of course, all the ladies were like, that was rude. That was rude as fuck. Which it was. We've already talked about it. It was rude. Baby Drew is down to Crew. Now, for those who don't get the connection, baby Crew is Dennis's spot. That's one of his little spots, his little night spot, hookah bar, whatever. Baby, Portia is down at Crew, enjoying her evening out, talking about something we celebrate and getting signed to the record deal. Okay, Abby, thank you, boo. Abby said, girl, you got 10K likes over here. And she said, The Last of Us is on, gotta go. Thank you, boo. And I do. Thank you, everybody, for the likes. I appreciate y'all over on TikTok. So I was just sitting here like testing new peaches, so many friends on the trip. It was way too many people. But the only one I knew, of course, was obviously I knew Moneta. But I just thought it was interesting that Drew, the main reason why you and Portia are beefing is because you hanging out with Dennis and you know, but let's be clear. I don't think Drew was any interested in going on that trip than Portia was in her being there. I just think, again, it was mandatory. Like, it was a group trip. You were supposed to be there. But I don't think Drew was in no rush to get there. Just like I don't think Portia was in no rush for Drew to be there. But anyway, child, so they had a night out, honey, and that was kind of what it was. And that's where the episode ended. It looks like next week Drew does show up, and it looks like Drew and Portia end up getting into it. But I'm gonna tell you what does look interesting is they said that Angela was taping them because they go back to the house, and of course they got to do all the drunk things at the house. They got to get in the pool, they got to be drunk, they got to be whatever. And it sounds like Angela was recording Portia, and she's gonna say, yeah, I got all of Portia's. Portia was telling all her business last night, and I recorded it all. Ooh, wait. Now, I think that's kind of messed up that because you know, you on a girls trip, People letting their hair down. We know the last time people let the ladies let their hair down at Cynthia's bachelorette party. Now, wouldn't it have been a key if Drew bought her sister? But that was pretty much the episode, y'all. I'm going to be honest, and I'm not saying it because we just got past the Kenya thing or whatever. I'm saying because this was clearly so much was produced. Let me say this, and I've said this before, and I'll say it again, and then we're going to get off of here, child. Part of the problem with reality TV now, and it's not just production. It's not just production. When reality TV first started, and all of the ladies who started doing reality TV when it first started said people didn't come ready, right? People didn't have glam squads like they do now. People didn't have produced, they always had a storyboard, right? They always had a storyboard, but people were going through real shit for real. Like the Teresa Giudice table flip, which really is not a table flip. It was more of a table shove. Yes, that you could say was Teresa being extra, right? But the things that were happening those first couple of seasons of New Jersey were real. Like Sheree really did take Nene's name off of her guest list. Like that is real. Like Nene really did show up to that party and really did get turned away and really was embarrassed. Like that was some real shit. And you know what I mean? And so when people say they carry these storylines, that's why they carry some of these storylines did carry because it was real shit. Beverly Hills, we know the infamous "You Stole My House." We know that Kim Richards really truly was dealing with battling substance abuse. Like these storylines were really, really real. Well, by the time we got around to, I'll say Potomac. I don't think Potomac has ever been really real. Have there been some real storylines on Potomac? Sure, because real life happens and people don't know how, and people have to navigate real life. But let's go back to the first season of Potomac. They were arguing over the fact that Giselle sat in the wrong seat and Karen was doing this Madame, role where she was teaching people about manners. Like, come on. Sharice was going through some real shit, but she wasn't even being real about her shit. Because if you go back to season 1, Sharice knew good and damn well that man didn't want to be with her. She knew good and damn well her marriage was over and that man was living in a whole nother city and was barely even calling her. But she was acting like she didn't know what was going on. Girl, you knew what was going on with your husband. Robin was going through a whole bankruptcy and ain't nobody know nothing about it until Ashley messy ass said it. If Ashley hadn't been messy, and I'm sure production whispered it in her ear, but if Ashley hadn't been messy and said something about the bankruptcy, child, Robin would have never talked about it. But when you go back to and I never looked at Real Housewives of New York, and I never looked at the OC, so I can't speak on the OC. But what I can say is I could go back to those, and this was some real shit. But now these women come on, they have the opportunity to look at past seasons. They have the opportunity to create and curate an image, right? They have an opportunity to curate even a storyline. They have the opportunity to let us to decide what we do and what we don't get to talk about. You know what I mean? So I just think those days of reality TV are just gone. And all of us that long for those days, we just got to let it go and understand that they're gone. And we're never going to get back to those days because, some things have just passed and that has just passed. We're never going to get, I don't care what franchise we start up. We're never going to get a franchise with that much organic. We're just not. You know what I mean? Salt Lake City is probably one of the newest franchises. And look at what we dealt with. We had Jen Shaw, who would rather go to jail. She risked going to jail just to be on a reality TV show and show off and wear all of the designers and spend all of this money on birthday parties and cars and flex and put it out there like this was her real lifestyle when it wasn't her real lifestyle. And she went to jail trying to curate a lifestyle for us. You know, so I just think, and I'm saying that to myself as well, you know, I'm saying that to myself as well. So, you know, but this episode, it was okay to push the storyline. Like, I'm glad we're getting past what happened with Kenya. I'm glad we're getting past it. You know, now we have the group trip. We have Angela and her beef with Britt Edie. Angela and look like her beef with Portia. We have, you know, the girls trip and Drew. Like, we're moving the storyline along. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad we're not staying stuck in all of that. I'm mostly over the reality TV stuff, though. I only watch the shows out of boredom. And I still watch them. I mean, honestly, would I be watching all of the shows that I watch if I wasn't reviewing them? No, I wouldn't. But I would still be watching Potomac. I would still be watching Atlanta. Yeah, you know what I mean? There's some things I would still be watching. But you're right. I do watch more of it because I come down here and I talk to you guys. And I actually have fun talking to y'all about it. You know what I mean? They're trying to ice Drew out. Interesting. Why all the Portia's friends, including Lauren, look like they all just woke up from a 6? I don't know, child. I don't know. All right, y'all. Well, I'm about to get off of here. Tomorrow we'll do Raising Canaan and Chasing Dallas at some point. We'll probably do a watch along for Beyond the Gates if I'm home, because I'm off tomorrow. It's my last day of my spring break. So if I'm home, we'll do a watch along. If not, we will do Raising Canaan at some point tomorrow, and I will do Chasing Dallas at some point tomorrow. And then I will be all caught up. Never Ever Meets. Shade in the City were doing family stuff today, and they got home late. So we decided that we were just gonna I think they're gonna do a pre-record later on in the week. So I may come down here because I do have some stuff to talk about with Never Ever Meets. I do want to talk about some stuff with that, but I don't have nothing to talk about with Love and Marriage Detroit. I don't give a fuck. But Never Ever Meets, I do have some stuff I want to say about that. So have you watched Somebody's Son? I'm not interested in watching that. I mean, I know what show you're talking about, but I'm so not interested in watching that. Yeah, I just felt like it was gonna be like a whole show of Mama D's, and I just wasn't interested. Is it good? Child. Yes, the Whether You Like It or Not panel is tomorrow, and it will be starring Scott. It will be, not starring. I'm sorry, it'll be on Scotty's panel. It will be on Scotty's panel. I'm gonna check with JB. I don't know if he's still in here or not. I'm gonna check with JB and find out when he's doing his Never Ever Meets. Maybe. Oh, there go JB right there. Maybe I don't know if JB already did his or not, because I haven't been home. Y'all know I ain't been home most of the day. So maybe me and him can link up. I don't know, and do it. I'm not sure. If he hasn't done his, because I definitely got some shit to talk about. Yes, I don't care about Love and Marriage Detroit. I mean, I got a little bit for them for the end with that podcast bullshit at the end, but it can wait till next week. It ain't that deep for me to do it. I'm not doing no whole live just to talk about that. All I know was that it looked like Russell had more people at the opening of his gym than Anthony had at his Million Man March last season. But anyway, I'm still here. Yours. Oh, you already did yours. Yeah. I do have some stuff I want to talk about. So at some point I probably will do one. It's nice. The mothers are nice. They're not ghetto. Okay. I don't know. I might check out one. I couldn't do Detroit after the first season, child. The only reason why I'm doing it is because we said we were gonna finish the season. Shade in the City said we was gonna finish the season, but all right, y'all. Let me get off of here. If you do a live, I'm down to join. Okay, cool. I'll let you know, JB. I'm just not sure because tomorrow's my last day of vacation, so I'm gonna sleep until I wake up, and then I won't know I don't want to put myself on any sort of set schedule because I was supposed to go to the gym tomorrow, but I forgot to make an appointment with my trainer. So I may go up there just to get on the treadmill for a little while. But other than that, I just want to enjoy my last day of vacation. And I need to start figuring out, I need to figure out this situation for the boss babes. If I know I'm gonna leave Friday, but I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna leave Friday night. I mean Friday after work and keep going all the way to Atlanta. Or stop in Charlotte, and then me and Abby just get up first thing in the morning and drive down. Cause I'm picking Abby. I'm driving to Atlanta and I'm picking Abby up in Charlotte. So I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna stop in Charlotte and spend the night in Charlotte. And then me and Abby just get up first thing in the morning to go to Atlanta. Or if we just keep on driving to Atlanta. I think I'm gonna stop in Charlotte for a couple of reasons. One, because that's a lot of driving. I'll be at work all day and then have to drive. Two, I could stay in Charlotte for free versus paying for another night at the hotel in Atlanta. So anyway, all right. I'll talk to y'all later. Mwah. You have clients all day until 3:30. Oh, have a good day, Chuck. All right, y'all. Hey, Candace, what's going on, boo? Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna end up doing is staying the night in Charlotte. All right. Talk to y'all later. We're getting off of TikTok. Thank you, everybody that was over on TikTok. I appreciate y'all being here. See y'all next time. All right. Peace.